This experience allowed me to tell the story of a queer, Black, non-binary person. I'm glad I shared it. There are so many versions of me that wouldn't have been brave enough to open up in those ways.
Since 2010, TMI Project has collected nearly 2,000 true stories that have one thing in common.
They're the stories we're the most afraid to tell and the stories we need to hear the most.
I'm Eric Harris.
And I'm Kapely Kalnick. We'll be your host of Season 5, Black Trans Stories Matter.
In 2021, TMI Project held a national call for our first ever Black Trans Stories Matter writing workshop and performance.
It was the brainchild of House of La Beja ballroom icon, Miss Cece Suazo.
Hi, I am Cece Suazo. I am from Los Angeles, California. I'm an activist, a visionary, and a creator.
We'll be featuring Cece's full story in the first episode of Season 5, which will drop on February 1st. But for now, we want to tell you a little bit about the program because we're looking for our next cohort of storytellers. Here's what some of our inaugural storytellers had to say about the experience.
I loved it. I feel like I needed it because we were in the middle of a pandemic. We were all over the country, but it felt like friends.
It was also a reminder that as trans people, we should share our stories because even if one person feels like their life is worth living, then everything was worth it.
And it gave me a lot of confidence, both in my creative ability, but I applied to more things after I got into this. I was on the virtual stage with amazing people, and it really fueled me to be like, damn, if I can do this, then I can do other things.
That night was great for me. It's something that I'll never forget because I think it helped me a lot along my process and my transition.
If I was invited to do it again, I would definitely do it again. And I would even do it for free, to be quite honest.
Did we mention all chosen storytellers will receive a $500 stipend?
And don't worry, you don't need to know what story you're going to tell to apply. That's what we're here for. We will take you through the process and be there for you every step of the way.
We have the best two badass effing facilitators. And just the feedback from the participants last year.
I just want to thank the fabulous facilitators. It's been absolutely life-changing. 10 out of 10 would recommend.
We appreciate the credit, but it's not just us. It's all of you coming together that makes the magic possible.
It was such a transformational experience. The process and the prompts and the community, it felt like I was being reunited with my family members, with my siblings.
And this space is led by and for us. It's a place to gather, write, share stories, and receive support in a space where you don't have to justify, explain, or defend your truth.
So when I seen this opportunity, I was like, oh my God, having a space where it's just understood and Black trans people just get the intersections of shit that we experience on a regular basis. I won't have to be giving people all this context. They just know because they also have been through it.
Usually when I'm crafting narrative, it's by myself or with one other person. And to have this built-in receptive audience, I didn't have to prove of my humanity.
We don't have the same mentality as a generation, Generation Z. We move a lot of time in silence. I was nervous, but you all opened up the platform and it made me accept my womanhood and all my flaws and stuff.
The experience made me feel happy to be able to share my story with people and to meet so many other great storytellers. And I'm still in contact with some of them today.
I hope there's an in-person reunion at some point because I'd love to shake some hands of these amazing cast members.
What we do is simply amazing and it's touching so many lives.
Sign me up because I'm ready to go to tell our story. I'm ready for all that.
So again, Black Trans Stories Matter is accepting submissions for the next group of storytellers now until February 15th, 2023. You can find all the details about submission and information about the upcoming workshop and performance at tmiproject.org.
To hear Cece's story and the first 11 storytellers who were chosen, don't forget to join us for Season 5 of the TMI Project podcast, Black Trans Stories Matter. Episodes drop in February, and listen wherever you get your podcasts.